Hi, I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow, and today I'm going to be doing a quick, maybe quick, haul video. My husband and son are in the room, so there's probably going to be background noise. Pay no attention to that. That's real life, ladies and gents, and non-binary people, etc. humans. So let's start with the things I got at the farmer's market. These are flowers for my autumn equinox altar. I especially love these. These look like little brains. So beautiful. I will be on the actual equinox, which is the 23rd. I'm going to be in the forest, so I won't have flowers with me except for what exists naturally in nature, but I will probably set up an altar at some point this week and leave them until they, rot. And I like that. I like that a lot. Super cheap at the farmer's market. I'm lucky to have a farmer's market that has tons of fresh flower bouquets of just about every variety. Not to be too silly, but I super recommend that you find a farmer's market near you and get some fresh local goods. Something else that I got is a beautiful garlic braid. I'm having a cedarwood bed built specifically for garlic this fall and planting a crop so that next year I will be able to weave my own garlic braid. These will be cooked throughout the winter. I mean, frankly, I'll cook with them so that they don't go bad, but this is not very much garlic for a family that uses a lot of garlic. But it's beautiful, very nice protective item for your kitchen, useful and delicious. So check that out. Hopefully there's a farmer's market in your area. Will you be able to get fresh local items?
Wait!
Whoa. Oh, you want to follow Daddy? Good idea. Okay, so they're out of the room. Something really special that I'm super excited about because, sorry, this is from a local health food store, but I don't know if you guys know this, but these are wild, crafted Oregon elderberries from this season. They come in season in the fall. They're super good for immunity. I just ran out of my Gypsy Cold Care tea by Anita Apothecary, which is amazing. I fully credit it for me getting better in like 2 days from my cold because I was drinking like a freaking liter of it every freaking day. Even though she says no more than 3 cups a day. I like to live on the wild side, Anita. Or Marie, it's her name. These are a hot commodity this year because of the weather change. There wasn't actually very many. And so this woman's mom went and wildcrafted all of these. So I was really lucky to get these. I'm hoping to use these for medicinal and magical purposes throughout the year. This is another tea strainer. I got a floaty one. And I love the ones that I get in my boxes, but they're more designed for one thing of tea. And when I make tea, I usually make tea after lunch in a mason jar. A 1-quart mason jar. And so I make a whole quart of tea and I sip it basically the rest of the day to keep me going. So this will hold a nicer amount of tea. And something super exciting that's coming to my channel is this is elderberries, ginger, cloves, a couple cloves in there. There's a clove there, I can see it. A couple cloves and a cinnamon stick or elderberry syrup, which is also very nice medicinal. This one's extra ginger, this one's standard ginger, and stay tuned on my channel because we will be having a video about making elderberry products. I have to be careful because I am a nurse and educating, giving medical advice is my job on the day-to-day. I'm always going to say confer with your health practitioner, preferably like a doctor, a nurse practitioner, a physician, assistant, something like that. about any medical concerns, but as long as you're an adult and you're not pregnant, and you don't overdo it, elderberries should be very good for you in reasonable quantities. We'll get to that in the video, but I would like to share some things with you guys, and that's one of the things I plan on sharing very soon. So the rest of this haul is a little bit more stuff oriented, but I wanted to start with the farmers market and the crafting stuff first, because I do love those things and I'm enchanted by them. It's just they're so mundane, I forget to share them. But there's nothing mundane about elderberries. I mean, they're mundane, but they're very magical and healing and wonderful. So stay tuned for more on that. The next parts are more of a haul part. So actually, let's come back to that. And that. This is more of a beautiful, it's an amethyst candle holder. I got it for my birthday. My mother-in-law bought it for me from San Francisco. Along with this beautiful selenite egg. I'm very excited about this. This is a super sweet find. I'm collecting eggs, so I have a selenite egg, a couple opalite eggs. I have I think a howlite egg, and maybe another egg. But also I have lots of different selenite shaped objects. So I have a selenite egg, a pyramid, like a unicorn's horn, a beautiful sphere. So very cool. There's some other random birthday items in here that are not really magical, so I'll put those aside. And I'm going to put the elderberries back because they're going to make another appearance very soon here on my channel, so stay tuned for that. The garlic bread the braid is kind of fragile, so I'm going to leave that where it is. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that. This, we decorate for Halloween. We don't do a whole lot of decorations, especially fragile ones, because there is a little child in this house and he's just as enchanted with Halloween as the adults, but far less careful. So we have little veils to put in the entryway. They had pumpkin lights, and now we have little ghost lights. I got this for a super great price at I want to say Home Goods store. I don't know if you guys have a Home Goods store next to you. It's kind of like a TJ Maxx kind of thing. TJ Maxx or Ross, which I also patronize quite a bit. And that is what this next part is. It's all candles. So I love the imagery on this one, Radiant Opal. I love the lid. For those of you that don't know, there's actually very, very few things that I don't repurpose. I actually don't even recycle that many things. I usually repurpose them. And that's a whole different thing. But when I'm done with candles, I put them on a candle warmer. I get the rest to get the wax soft. And then you scrape out as much as you can. And then I have a pot with boiling water and a little bit of soap. And you put that in there and it softens the stickers. And also removes the remaining residue from the candle wax. And then either I put an ad on Craigslist and people can use it. I repurpose it myself. I have a roommate, a renter, who makes candles, so she repurposes them as well. I mean, I save these, all of them, and repurpose them. So it smells very good. Just FYI, these are multi-uses. You don't have to almost never throw any of your jars or bottles away. You can always use them over and over and over again. Fall equinox, again, very similar. I like the color. This will be very nice. Another thing, once they're clean, I have a plethora of uses. I store herbs in there. I store smudges. I store incense sticks standing up. flower petals, stones, beads, arts and crafts stuff. You can use, and there's infinite uses. It smells delicious. I love these. This is a little series. So this is Eclipse, which is amber tobacco. I very much like this thing. This might have to maybe be taken off when it gets repurposed, or maybe not. I don't even know. It's still absolutely beautiful, and so I might just leave it the way that it is and use it for maybe storing moon water for the full moon on eclipses or what have you. Ooh, smells good. Or even planters for some beautiful succulents. I don't know. There's a million uses. If you can repurpose, it's better than... If you can repurpose or reuse, it's preferable. This is an apple, or it's an acorn. It smells like an apple. Oh, my hand. Smells good. So this also has kind of a special thing that we do in our family, in our traditions. So every Samhain, so I mean, we celebrate it all. We celebrate Halloween. We celebrate Samhain, the turning of the wheel, and we celebrate Dia de Muertos, or All Saints Day. So we celebrate extended period of time in our household. And one of the things that we do to honor basically the end of the cycle, the end of the year, the repose, is we kind of make a goal or a wish or an intention for the next cycle. And, you know, once this is burnt down, this will be burnt down throughout the cycle and before solstice. We try on Halloween night if it's burned down already, depending on how diligent we've been over the course of the season on burning it, usually when we're all together. And we make our intentions, we put it in here, and we set them on fire to solidify them. And then we keep them in the container for a year, and then revisit them the next year and see how things went. There is a little scratch here, but that's nothing. That's not an issue for me. We currently have a pumpkin that we've been using for several years, but it's getting kind of a little gross. I'll have to clean it out and maybe give it a good cleansing and rest this year. And we have another kind of apple. So I was thinking an acorn might be nice to change it up this year. Or maybe we'll really want the pumpkin. Or maybe the pumpkin will be one of ours, the apple will be one of ours, and one of ours will be the acorn. I don't know. But that's my intention for this. This beauty is very cool. Laveau Mysterious Curiosities, as in Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen. And black, sweet black anise, midnight black. So when I lived in a city, Albuquerque, New Mexico was one of my first bases that I was stationed at. These kind of things were everywhere. Like spell candles of all different shapes and colors, phalluses, couples, babies, skulls, like, were readily available. There's nothing like that here in my small area. There is a large migrant population, and quite a few Catholics. So we do have, like, Virgin Mary's, the Virgin of Guadalupe, the Sacred Heart Jesus, all of those are available, which are pretty good as well, but we don't have anything like that, so I definitely swept it up. I don't care for the smell, but it's nice to have it in case you need something like that. Smoked Birch embroiderer, I really like this, plus it's one of the tall ones, so when it gets repurposed, I like it better to hold incense sticks. I think it'll be nicer since they won't kind of like fall. It will keep them more upright. So that's my intention with this. Plus it's nice and flat black, and I think it'll look really nice. But right now, it's also cute. Oh, it smells like Campfire, which is one of the best smells in the world. one's so cute. This one will probably just come out on Halloween every year. It's got a caramely, sweet, kind of sickly sweet smell. It's nice. I definitely will probably not use it in my bedroom, but maybe in my entryway or the kitchen table to kind of spread the cinnamon smell all around. I like it very much. I would probably repurpose it next year for like a bouquet holder for marigolds. I think will be probably an appropriate use for it next year. Zombie Brew, obviously I know that's not, it's, you know, for fun. It's very good scented, and apparently Zombie Brew smells like greens. Emerald greens, pine needles, fir, and it smells amazing. I just love this. And I love the dark green. It can definitely be repurposed for some very cool purposes. Same with this one. I love that. Obsidian Tea, very cool smell. Very nice. Very, very nice matte black. That's another one that can be used for, what I kind of was thinking about this one was it's pretty wide, and so I have a large variety of smudge sticks, which would hold them upright, most of them, and then you could just pick one up like that you wanted. So this is taking a little bit longer because I'm explaining what hypothetically I would do with each of these things, or not hypothetically, but what my ideas are for these things, because I'm not just buying things to buy them. I like to buy them, but I usually have to have a long-term plan, and then not just a plan, but like what am I going to do with it afterwards? Is it multi-purpose? Is it repurposable? Is something I always ask myself, because believe it or not, I hate to waste things. I don't like to throw things away. We repurpose everything until like all the purposes are done. Like we try not to throw things away. So I think I'll do this. I'll still come back to that. So I went to Barnes & Noble's because around this time of year I start getting a wish list ready for any of my relatives that want to buy me things, and I usually ask for books. And this year I think I'm going to ask for some Oracle decks. This book I saw, I forget, I don't know how to say his name. He's on my astrology study group, and he suggested it. I like Sky Alexander. I have the other books, The Modern Guide to Witchcraft, and this book looked very good, has a lot of information. And for those of you who don't know, I am working on an astrology study group. It's mostly just me, but it's what I'm studying this term. So this was a very nice addition. I'll let you know at the end of my studying. I'm going to recap like what I learned in a series that I'm going to be doing, breaking down astrology into parts. I'm not an expert, but at this point I feel like I have enough knowledge to speak to the basics in an easy to understand way. So I'll be reviewing that at that time. And then these, I like this artist, Colette, Baron, I forget her last name, Reed, that's what it was. And Barnes & Noble's had it on sale. Plus I'm a Barnes & Noble's member, so 20% off, and then my Barnes & Noble's membership discount, and it ended up being cheaper than Amazon, so it's a really good deal. So I picked it up, and I'm pretty excited. I'm actually really interested in comparing the representations of the goddesses to my other two goddess decks, because she purposely did different races, and I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out. There'll be, all my Oracle decks are coming to this channel. It's kind of my goal for the month of October to share something with you guys every day. And those are going to be some of the things that I'm going to share. Alright. Last but not least is some of the items from the Wish app that I bought. And for some people this is very controversial. And I had to refilm this. actually to add the books that I just got this weekend, and to kind of add the more complete flower bouquet, but also because some of the items I didn't realize were counterfeits, and so I bought 2 decks. It's recently come to my attention that they are counterfeits, and so I feel like before I can use them, but number one, they don't have guidebooks, which makes it harder because I enjoy the guidebook and I use it, especially with an oracle deck, which is like more ephemeral than a tarot deck, which relies on archetypes. I guess I could figure it out, but I'd like to know what the artist's intent was. But also because I don't feel like it's fair to enjoy and benefit spiritually from an artist's work without them getting their appropriate compensation for it. So the 2 decks that I bought, they're on my wish list and I'm going to purchase them. And keep, I'm going to keep the ones that I already have, but I'm going to have to find another purpose for them. I think they're fine for readings. Because a lot of them are printed in China, but the point is these were counterfeit printed, and that's not justice for the person who put their spirit and work into it. So I had to cut those out. Anyway, this is a beautiful witch hat. It's hand stitched. I mean, it looks like a lot of slip stitches. I'm familiar with crochet and I can make hats, but you guys know I'm so busy. And so I bought this one. It was really reasonable. I'm super in love with it. I'm wearing it now. It's very warm, so it super doesn't feel like an affectation, but I want one and I feel so cute in it. So there we go. This is for my succulents. This is plastic, not what I thought it was going to be, but it does do the purpose, which is to spray your little succulents and keep them alive. So I'm going to be having more succulents here pretty soon, and this is going to be really nice. Also, it's good for my air plants because I tend to drown those. A nice little pair of scissors. This is, they're very nice and sharp, so that's what I'm really excited for. Cutting small things, strings, little papers, things like that. I'm really excited about that. Sandalwood, incense. Very nice. This is a tourmaline. Very nice. Rose quartz. These are lotus seeds. So I'm pretty excited. These are hopefully going to be a gift for my fellow nurses. Every year we give each other gifts, and last year I gave them a resurrection flower, and hopefully this year I'm going to give them a little terrarium made from like recycled candle holders and river stones, and with a beautiful lotus. So I'm hoping to accomplish that. This is a beautiful bismuth. I have a bismuth from my geologist up the street, but it's much smaller. Although mine from the geologist up the street is a beautiful blue and purple. So, still very cool. I love it. This little opalite elephant. So cute. It doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. It's so pretty. It's tiny though. That's one of the things you gotta be careful. They are little or regular size. You never know. Sometimes you get something that you think you're gonna get, and sometimes you get way less, and sometimes you get better. So these are earrings, and they're very pretty, and they're metal with these beautiful little crystals here. My only stipulation is literally when I wear these, they are on my collarbones. They're very long and pretty heavy, but they're very nice. This came for free with some nurse badges that I got. So this is A very pretty little, let's see if I can show you. Just a necklace, beautiful necklace. It's a sun, it's a moon, and like a little dark charm. It's meant to be layered. I like it very much. There's these sweet little moon beads and star beads. This beautiful little sun. Very cute. Lovely little dragonfly earrings. I love these earrings a lot. I have a whole bunch of sari skirts from, you've probably seen them on Facebook. They're really beautiful. They're repurposed skirts made from saris, and they give like work to women in India. It's really cool. But these will go with quite a few of them. The colors are very vibrant. I'm totally digging it. And they're a little shorter than the moon ones, so they're actually not going to drag on my knuckle, on my, this one's a really beautiful thing. I think I'm going to give it to my sister. She has this tattoo on her arm, so I think she'll like that for Christmas. This, I have no idea what I'm going to do with. I don't know. I'm torn about it. It's supposed to be citrine, and I honestly think it is, because it's kind of a faded, subdued kind of yellow, as opposed to what I found out was actually heat treated amethyst, which is a very vibrant citrine, something that's mistaken for citrine. So, you know, most of these things were like shipping only, or like $1 or $2, so I really can't complain. And then this one, I was pleasantly surprised. I bought it and I was not thinking it would work, but of all my boxes, I never get rings, and the moon is my favorite. So that's totally been the best pleasant surprise. Anyways, this is a really long haul. So I just wanted to share with you, of course, this is not like a week or a day's worth of shopping. This is actually pretty long term. I've had these candles. I've been collecting them since the Halloween-y stuff started coming out in August, but also I buy new candles every season because I actually go through them. I live in a house with a lot of people and a lot of dogs and cats, and there was a hamster that passed away. There's a tortoise. There's 3 children. There's a lot of smells. So a lot of these actually get used like in our spaces, and I do believe that when you light them with intent, they will still release that intention, even if you're not specifically like standing over them or in the same room. So there's a lot of intention that goes into lighting candles in our house. Especially when they're in the family places or in the entryway. But that's magic for a different day. Just a small magic, but an intensely powerful one that we use a lot in our house. So that's what the candles are about. I wanted to do a plug for the farmers market because it is the harvest season, and we are coming upon the second harvest. And if you can, one of the best things I think you can do to celebrate the turning of the wheel and the harvest is to go to your local farmers market, support your neighbors, and also see like what grows where you live, what is the abundance of the land that's near you, and enjoy that and appreciate that. That's part of what the elderberries are. I'm going to try to do more seasonal type recipes because we do have traditional in our family, not like my long-term family. That's a whole different tradition. But we do have things that we make for Yule and for solstice and for equinox and for Dia de Muertos. And there's a lot that goes into that. So I wanted to share more of the things that I buy so I can explain how I'm going to use them, because every video is just a snapshot of me, but not ever the real picture. And so I'm trying to do different angles so you can see more of what my practice and myself and my family are actually like, if you're interested. Otherwise, you know, just watch the unboxings. Those are awesome too. The books I just got recently, and then the Wish app stuff I actually bought months ago. It just takes so long for them all to come in. Oh my gosh. That's it. That's the haul. This is a haul probably since, I mean, June or July through now. I probably won't be shopping for the next several weeks because next week we're camping, and the week after Daddy is hunting. So I'll be with my son, and so I try not to shop with him because we just end up buying a whole bunch of toys and not not actual stuff, food and other items that we need. And then after that, I mean, we'll be in full swing gearing up for fall, and that means in our property, taking care of the trees, taking care of the animals, cleaning out the animal houses, taking down the garden, composting. There's a lot of work when you own a plot of land and you have to steward it and take care of it and take care of your animals. So much excitement. Anyways, hope you guys like this. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment. If you haven't already subscribed, we're inching closer to that 700 mark. I really am very interested in your comments about like what you think of me doing hauls and kind of explaining more of my practice, and if you're interested in anything that I talked about. Anyways, love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.